Hello everyone, welcome to Valley Homes on TV, the Milpitas edition. Todd Flesner here along with Debbie Giordano.
Hi Todd, how are you?
Great, Debbie. Hey, we are here to talk more about Milpitas, what makes this a great community to live in. And if folks have tuned in, they found us here on Channel 26 in Milpitas on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, 6:30 I believe?
That's right.
Saturday and Sunday in the morning, 10 a.m.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Close enough. 9, 10,
Okay.
whatever.
Well,
you can try.
I sleep in.
I sleep in. Depends if it's
weekends.
daylight savings time, and then it's, but no, we're good. We'll get that right.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun over the years, haven't we?
We certainly have. You know, it is great to get to know more about Milpitas, the community that we call home, and some of the folks that make this a great place to be. So
Super.
You want to introduce our guest today?
I would love to. This is Colleen Knoll, and she is the director, I want to say, of the Calaveras Montessori Preschool.
Right.
Right here, located at the Old Air Samuel Air High School site and next door to the Sports Center here for the city of Milpitas. Welcome, Colleen.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to see you. Let's begin. Tell us about your preschool, just briefly, and then we'll get into some Q&A.
Okay, great. Well, this preschool's been open since 2002, I believe, so we've been here quite a while, and we have infants starting at ages 6 weeks all the way up through kindergarten. So we've been serving children, with their siblings and, cousins, and lots of kids come through the school growing up.
Terrific. So, lots of folks are looking for quality daycare.
Right.
And this definitely is part of the quality daycare scene here in Milpitas. But if folks are looking, what are some of the things that they ought to be thinking about or asking as they are exploring options for preschool or daycare?
Well, I think that one of the first things that parents should think about is how do they feel when they visit a child care center. And so it might have everything checked off the list, like everything that they're looking for, but if it doesn't feel right, they should probably listen to themselves and continue to look for a proper child care center. There's so many different choices, and there's so many things available, and every child is different. So
let me ask you, what is your educational philosophy?
Well, we're a Montessori school, so we have an individual-based curriculum for children, and our teachers go through a college course. It takes 2 years to just be certified to work with children ages 3 to 6. And so it's very specific to the environment, and we are hands-on. We work every child at their own pace, and one of our biggest goals with children is to teach them to be independent so they can do things for themselves, and that gives them confidence, it gives them self-esteem, and really prepares them for elementary school.
Well, I'd just like to say something on that note. My 3 children that are much older, and before they could even come to your preschool, were all products of the Montessori system. So I have to tell you, it's a great system.
Oh, good, thank you.
What's so special about Montessori? What makes Montessori different, perhaps, than any other type
right.
of
I think, especially today, we really work with children individually, and we work with actual materials to show them concepts. So we teach one concept at a time. What's happening right now in preschools is children can learn a lot of things, but they end up learning by rote, by memory. So they just sit and memorize and memorize and memorize. And the young body of a child who's like 3 or 4 and 5 years old, they need to move. Their bodies need to be active, and their brain is still developing. It's just like, in school when children have to learn for a test, and then they memorize for the test, and then they forget the information later. It's a little bit like that in preschool. So we want them to internalize and understand and master the concepts. And we feel like by working with actual apparatus and material that they're able to do that. And so it's not a question of memorization at all at this age.
Colleen, let's talk about my favorite topic, discipline, raising 4 children. Okay. What is your methodology, and how do you get the children to behave?
That's a great question, Debbie, and that's one of the questions that most parents should ask when they come to a school to find out what is the discipline method. There's lots of things that parents do, or schools do, and parents do. There's timeouts. There's they might take them away from an activity. There's all kinds of things. At our school, we have a method that's when a child, first of all, we give them a choice to correct their behavior. If it's a difference between a child and another child, we really do our best to get them to work it out, to solve the problem, not just say you're sorry and move on, because we really feel like that doesn't solve anything, and it just gives permission to kind of do it again, right? So if they choose not to correct the behavior, whatever that is, what we do is we have the children hold our pocket. So we don't put them on timeout. We keep them right with us, and they put their finger like right in our pocket, and they might stay with us for a couple of minutes, and then we'll talk about it before they're ready to go. And it seems really silly, right? You know, like, oh my gosh, you'll hold your pocket. But a lot of times parents will come to school and they'll be like, did you have to hold pocket today? And they're like, no, I didn't have to hold pocket. And so sometimes they're like, yes, I had to hold pocket. And it's really not terrible, but it's very effective.
Did you design that yourself, or is that something you learned somewhere else?
You know, it's
I think it's a great idea.
It is. It's from Montessori training. So some Montessori trainings might teach that method and some don't. So that was the way that I was taught.
Super.
Yeah, it's very effective. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, what about other extracurricular activities or involvement with the community? What sort of things should folks be looking for there?
Right. So, you know, a lot of times parents will ask, you know, do you go on field trips? And we take our kindergartners on field trips, but I really don't like to take the young children out on field trips. It's a lot of young children outside, and which, you know, it can be very unsafe, right? So we try to bring things to the school. So we have dance class, gymnastics class. We just started a yoga class. We have a great soccer class and an art class. So one of the things that parents can ask is, what kinds of activities does the school have right on site? Because so many parents are two working parents. They don't have time to drive their kids around or spend their Saturdays and Sundays. So we can, in the afternoon, after our Montessori program is finished, and they're done working and had lunch, then they can take a gymnastics class. So a lot of schools offer that. So they might have 1 or 2 classes, or they might have 3 or 4 classes. It just depends.
Okay, another issue that comes up with schools, preschool, is security. Now, I noticed we came in with a gate, and it's been coded outside, I guess, for the parents to come in.
Yes.
But so how does that security system work, and how are the children safe?
So at our schools, all of the entrances secure, and you know, I never like anybody to think that is our only security system. So you have to have a code to get in the door. You have to ring the doorbell, and somebody has to come and let you in. If you were just coming into our school and walking around, somebody would stop you and ask you, you know, if they can help you. So we want to make sure that the children are safe, but we really think that, you know, if somebody wants to come in, they're going to come in. I mean, somebody could follow you in. Parents are friendly to other people. We ask parents to please don't let somebody in that you don't know, but so the best security is actually our staff, you know, to make sure they're always aware and not thinking, oh, well, we're gated in here, so we're okay. So very important that the humans here keep watch.
How about ratios? I mean, what sort of ratios should a school have for adults to children?
Sure. Well, the state tells us that for preschool age children, we have a ratio of 1 to 12. We usually run in about a 1 to 10. And we have our garden here, so we have children out in the garden. Usually we have about a 1 to 8 ratio in the garden. For the infants, we have 1 to 4 ratio, and usually toddlers are about 1 to 8 or 1 to 9.
Okay, and so the state gives you those sort of guidelines.
Right, yes. So if you're looking for child care, it's important to ask those questions. Make sure you understand the ratio.
Right. You know, I understand there are educational guidelines as well for folks who work in these sort of centers.
So in just general preschool for the state, we all have to meet a minimum of 12 early childhood education units. Infant toddler needs an extra 3 units of infant toddler, and then a health and safety class and CPR training. You have to have one person on site all the time that is CPR certified. So it's an important question to ask. In our Montessori training, one of the reasons why I think we're so successful and we work very well with children is that our teachers either have degrees or their certificate is equivalent to about 36 units of early childhood education. So,
all right. Well, Colleen, what we're going to do is on the screen we're going to put your address.
Oh, great. Thank you. Okay. So I actually have 2 schools, and we're getting ready to open a 3rd school this summer. So this one is Calaveras Montessori, 1331 East Calaveras Boulevard. And then our 2nd school that's been open for 2.5 years is Crescent Montessori, and that's 1651 North Milpitas Boulevard. And this summer we're opening a school on Main Street called Main Street Montessori at 630 South Main Street. We're right in the same building as Great Jumps.
Goodness, 3 schools to pick from in Milpitas. Is
there
like a general phone number?
408-263-8170 is the phone number at our Crescent Montessori School, and you can look up crescentmontessori.net. That's our website. Thank
Well,
you.
I understand we've got a little celebrity out
yeah.
there. We have a model student, somebody that's been with your program for
Right.
what, 4 years?
Yeah, she's going to kindergarten. Her
Okay.
name is Callie, and she's been with us since she was an infant.
And I'm sure
so-
you want to show her off to
I
the
do,
crowd,
yeah.
and so does she. So let's
Okay.
take a break and let's go get her.
Okay.
All right, so we're back with our special guest, Callie. Hi, Callie. How are you?
Good.
Good. So, I understand you've been here at the Montessori preschool for a little while.
Yes.
Yes? And
Do you like it here?
you do. Tell us what you like about the Montessori school.
I like to work on the banking.
On the what?
Banking.
Game? Yeah.
Yeah?
Callie, why don't you tell them what the bead game is? Can you tell them? Is that math?
Is it beads that you put out like this and you line them up?
No.
All you need to do is you need to get the thousands and the hundreds and the 10 bars and the units.
Oh, yes. Right.
Oh.
That's the bead game. Yeah, we do
Nice.
math with
The banking.
right with the bank game. We teach addition. Are you doing addition? Are you doing any subtraction? Not yet. Okay. Any multiplication? Yeah, a little bit of multiplication.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very advanced.
Are you excited to go to kindergarten?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Right.
So you're going to be a big girl going to kindergarten.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So what are some of your other favorite things at Calaveras Montessori?
What do you do for fun here?
I like to go gardening.
To go to the garden.
Gardening.
What do you do in the garden?
I plant flowers.
You do? What sort of flowers? Are some of these flowers back here the ones that you planted?
Really? Wow, they're growing so nice. Do you water them every day? And
Yeah, every day everybody waters the plants.
nice. Let's see. I hear that there's gymnastics here and
Uh-huh.
fun things. What is there something like that you do here? Do you do gymnastics? Or, really? Can you do somersaults and flips and? Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you've been coming here a long time since you were a little baby, I understand.
Right.
Wow.
So can you tell us some of the other things that you like to do at school here?
What about when you play outside, Kelly?
I like to play with my friends.
Do you have a special friend here?
My cousin Riley.
You have a cousin here too. Wow. So you and your cousin have fun too. How neat.
And how about your teachers? Can you tell us about your teachers? Do you like them?
What are your teachers' names? Miss Colleen
Sometimes.
sometimes,
What about
or
Miss Claudia?
you have a Miss Claudia. Okay.
Miss Candy.
Miss Can-
So if somebody was a little baby and they needed to go to school, would you recommend this school for them to come to? Do you think it'd be a good school?
Oh, your mommy's having a baby also, right?
Really?
My baby sister.
So you're going to be a big sister. That's
And your baby
nice.
sister, she's going to come to school with us, right? Yeah.
Well, you sound like you're awfully smart. I think you're having fun here, and I think you're learning a lot. Would you agree with that? Yeah, she thinks she's awfully smart. I think so.
Well, Callie, it's been great to get to know you, to learn a little bit more about the school. It's good to know that you have fun here and that you're learning so much. So thank you for being
Thank
our
you for-
guest.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah. And can I grab this just 1 second so I can give something to Miss Colleen? We at Valley Homes on TV have just started. We've got a logo and a T-shirt, and so Miss Colleen, you are the first one to get our Valley Homes on TV, the Milpitas edition. We want to thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're
being a
welcome.
guest
Look
on our show, so you can wear that in pride. There you
What do
go.
you think? Nice.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
nice.
Wow, I'm honored.
And thank you so much for spending time with us, and we get to meet Callie and the rest of her little friends, and we've really appreciated the time we spent together, and
Thank you.
wish you lots of success with your school as you teach our youngsters in Milpitas. So.
Right. Yeah.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who would rather help keep your bones strong than put them back together. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
Hello everyone, we're now back with Valley Homes on TV. You've tuned into Channel 26 where you can see Todd and myself on our show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. I'm Debbie Giordano, your host. I'm going to give you some information for our April wrap-up that we do on our program. I hope you enjoyed the shows that we've aired for the month of April. We taped a segment for Veterans Commission, which is Juan Simano, and he gave a great insight as to what the veterans are doing locally here in the city of Milpitas and how they're outreaching to the community. And then we really enjoyed meeting Carol Kassab, the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, out at the Wednesday night food truck display that they have out at the Great Lots on Sarah Way in Milpitas. So that was a really fun show. So what I'm here to talk about with you would be where we are today in terms of value. I think that's the greatest question people have that are homeowners or that want to be prospective homeowners is what is your home worth? In fact, the San Jose Mercury on April 7th this year put a great article about what your home is worth. And there's so many different variables that go into evaluating the worth of that home. Of course, on our show, we talk about how important it is to have a viable community supporting the value of your home. And we do that as we go through and seek folks to be on our show with Valley Homes on TV and talk about the assets and the value it is to be part of the Milpitas community and what that means to a homeowner or prospective homeowner here in our city. But there's real estate sites like Zillow.com. I've had many of my clients talk about that site. You need to be very careful when you're logging into specific sites and trying to find the value of your home. What they do is they really don't determine the other amenities that go with home value, like the schools, the value of the school situation, the location of the home, location, location, location. Those are the three variables that never change in the real estate industry. And Zillow does not factor in the locations of particular properties in determining that value. So that's something you want to be careful about. So you need to, in my opinion, and the San Jose Mercury concurs, they say you need to enlist the aid of a professional appraiser, or if you're considering, selling your home, you probably want to talk to a real estate broker. So the value is what really, really matters in today's market. So let's look at what's going on with the city of Milpitas in terms of value over the past year. When I look at the stats for March 2011, and I look at single-family homes, the average price in that time period for a home in Milpitas was $507,479, and the median price was $436,000. Let's look at today, March 2012. These are hot off the press. We have an average price today of $531,239 and a median price of $460,000. To me, that's really, really exciting. What it shows is that we definitely have a recovery in the housing market. There's been a pickup, and these numbers actually point to that recovery, particularly here in our city. And so those are really important things to watch when you're timing what you want to do in terms of putting your home on the market or looking at refinancing the home. And Todd will be with us next time to speak about those issues in terms of financing and refinancing and where interest rates are. And of course, they're very favorable right now, and it's a terrific time to do either or, purchase a new home or refinance your home. So the condominium and townhouse market, that's been kind of interesting. We've talked about that over the year too. Let's look at March 2012. At that time, a year ago, in that time period, an average condo or townhouse was $302,895, and the median price was $226,000. Today's numbers for March 2012 say that the average price is $292,598, and the median price is $245,000. So it's actually a small drop in the average price and a bump in the median price. And remember, those are calculated. The average price and the median price are calculated a little bit differently with each number stream that the San Jose Real Estate Board looks at their numbers with. But generally, it's been pretty level. What I predict, and we'll see if this is true again, is that we're also going to see an uptick in that market also that will follow the lead of the single-family home market, leading the way for a recovery. So that's soon to come in that market. I'm going to close for now, and it's been my pleasure to bring Valley Homes on TV to you for the month of April. We'll be seeing you next week. Actually, we're going out to a preschool, a local Calaveras Montessori preschool here in Milpitas to look at another amenity of our city, which are great preschools that we have here in the city to offer child care and daycare for young children and also their education. So we'll be delivering that to you on our show in a couple weeks. And we have, interestingly enough, a member of the Alliance for the Arts, Larry Volger, will be meeting us out at one of the art projects at Hillcrest Park and describing how they came to get that art project in the city. And, you know, art is a huge asset, becoming a great commodity in our city that we've taken a lead in doing more of those projects to beautify Milpitas. So it's a great place to live, work, and play, the city of Milpitas. And if you have any questions or would like to get some more information here on the show, please email me at giordanodj@aol.com. And I'll be closing for now. Thank you very, very much for watching Valley Homes on TV. We'll see you real soon. Thanks.